Welcome to Dose with Grace. I hope you're doing well and taking very good care of your health. In this Shravan month, I wanted to talk to you about a very good book that I've been reading recently, and that is called Living Kindness. This is a very, very beautiful book that I picked up after finishing Bhagavad Gita, and this is metta practice for the whole of our lives. So, this is basically living kindness, not just loving kindness, which is metta, which is generating compassion and love within your heart for yourself, for your most loved ones, then for the people who are your friends, and finally to the world. But in this, it is about how to be living with uh, that kind of a compassionate, open-hearted sort of qualities. So it is so wonderful, its contents are. But here I would like to talk, just like I was talking about Bhagavad Gita, the learning, the lessons that I have imbibed from it. In Buddhism, there are four main Brahma Viharas, and Brahma Viharas are basically called as the divine qualities. I'll just read it out. Brahma Viharas are divine abodes, a metaphorical name for metta, karuna, mudita, and upekha. These are seen as the purest and the highest spiritual emotions, and thus they are called divine. Now, these four Brahma Viharas are metta, which is loving kindness, which means to love yourself as a whole. So, for example, I have one of the things that I'm trying to learn myself better from, and that is anger. That is an issue. Now, what is metta? Metta is when you're feeling angry. For example, when I'm feeling angry, I would like to not put it away or suppress it, or, for the lack of better words, put it down. It is important to understand that it is something that is emerging from you, something that is very frequently emerging from you. For me, for example, it's not out of the main three doorways to hell that are given even in Bhagavad Gita are greed, lust, and anger. So I feel that I have overcome, or I am not much carried away by greed and lust. But anger is something that I am still learning to balance and put across in a more healthier way. So in metta, what does it teach you? It teaches you to sit with your anger, not to put it away, to sit with your anger and understand. Allow that anger to be through you and feel that anger throughout your body. Let it be with you. With breaths, with every single breath, let the anger do what it has to do to your body, and you will slowly realize that it becomes your friend. It actually doesn't have that reactive effect, it has a responsive effect. So, metta is a practice to basically sit with yourself and give yourself the love and the kindness your emotion needs. It is asking for your love and your kindness first. And once you do that to yourself and you are able to balance out your emotion, you can even do that to others. While sitting here, you can do that for, or send that metta or that loving kindness to your children, to your spouse, to your parents, to anyone who's suffering, even to your friends, even to the people you're not aware of, but you know that they are suffering. The second one is karuna, compassion. Karuna or compassion means feeling with. And the near enemy of compassion is pity. In that you're just feeling. I'm feeling bad for this person. That's pity. But I can feel what they must be feeling. When you look at the countries where there are children who are very hungry, the hunger problems across the city, if you're eating a piece of cake and you're able to enjoy that cake while watching that whole documentary, then you're just pitying them. So it is me who's looking at them and I feel they are not so privileged. Oh my god, such a bad thing that happened to them. It's like a very external, it's not engagement with that emotion. It's very distant. So that's pity is a enemy of compassion, in fact. It's a near enemy. Compassion is feeling that about those people in a way that maybe you cannot even help it, but you still feel it. Maybe you cannot even rectify anything. So sometimes you see homeless people and you look at them, but you don't look away from them. You look at them. You're not pitying them as in you can't see. You look at them and you look into their eyes and give them the respect for what they're going through. To honor and respect their struggle. To give them that sense of that you really, really understand what is going on with them. And then giving them that sense of respect, because not everyone has the strength to go through it. And if you can be of help, do it in a way that is graceful. Similarly, if you see someone else suffering, showing compassion is almost being at the same level as that person. It's like empathy. You're at the same level. You're not at a higher level looking at them and giving them a feeling that, oh, you're not in an advantageous position. You're feeling with them. You're with them. And for that, you need to humble down as well. So compassion is very humbling. But compassion you can only reach if you have first learned to be a heart which is full of love and kindness. And that's when the compassion opens up in your heart. It's a very natural emotion. It's a very natural emotion. It cannot be taught and it cannot be explained. But if there is a loving kindness in your heart, natural output of that is compassion. The third of the Brahma Viharas or the divine qualities is sympathetic joy or mudita. So feeling a joy in someone's achievements, feeling joy in someone's wellness, feeling joy in someone's growth, feeling joy in someone's beauty, feeling joy in someone's riches. If you see a friend comes and tells you, oh, I got this, feeling joy for them is sympathetic joy. You feel joy that they're happy and they make this world happy. And the near enemy of sympathetic joy. So sympathetic joy is you feel happy for someone, and because you are that energy, that you just feel happy for people. You just feel happy for people. And it gives you joy to feel happy for them. That itself is a reward to you. You may not even tell that person, oh, I'm so happy for you. I feel so happy for you. It's just visible. But you do say also, but I'm saying it's not just said. It is actually being felt within your heart. And the near enemy of sympathetic joy is codependence. In codependence, we do things for others. In fact, we try to make others feel very happy because our happiness lies in their happiness. That is not what happens in sympathetic joy. In sympathetic joy, the heart is very happy and joyous. It's very peaceful and at bliss. And when someone comes and they need some help from you, there is a joy in giving, just because it's your nature. You just do it because you just do it. It's like that's the way you are. Like how you breathe in and you breathe out. It's not an effort, it's effortless. This is how the nature of your breathing is. You don't have to specially do anything to breathe out after you breathe in. It just automatically happens. So that is the output of your kindness that you have in your heart and compassion in your heart, that this sympathetic joy just is released from you. But in codependence, you do things for others because if they are happy, then you are happy. And in fact, that can be uncomfortable sometimes for others, because what if they feel coaxed by your doing too much for them? And or if they don't need it, and if they don't need it, it can have a very addictive effect. If the others for whom you're doing this doing part just out of codependence, and if they tell you, I'm very happy that you do this for me, I'm very happy, you do more of it and more of it. So what happens is that it almost becomes an addiction to you to get that feeling of feel good from the other person. And the moment they say now they don't like it anymore, it starts giving you sorrow, because you were doing that because your happiness was in their hands. Their feeling happy is what is making you feel happy. In sympathetic joy, it is not that. Your duty is not to make others happy. Your duty is to be happy and do acts out of your happiness and your joyful heart. If it doesn't go well with the other person, it's fine. You liberate them from that feeling of making you feel happy. And the four Brahma Viharas, which can be reached only through reaching all these wonderful qualities of loving kindness, metta, karuna, compassion, mudita, sympathetic joy, is upekha, which is equanimity, a balance of being at peace. It is not a peace that you just run away from everything and just sit in one isolation, that kind of peace. So the near enemy of equanimity is apathy, where you do not at all engage with anyone and remain isolated, so you cannot feel anything. That is not equanimity. Equanimity is being fully engaged with life, being a part of what naturally life wants you to be part of, yet not getting too attached, not feeling the excitement too much or aversion too much. So too much attachment or aversion, creating that balance. So you will see how these qualities are very much there in Bhagavad Gita too. But in Buddhism, in this book of Living Kindness, you can actually go chapter by chapter and learn how to practice these wonderful qualities. And they are called Brahma Viharas because these are the abodes. When you say that, oh, life is after this, if you do this, you'll go to hell. How people say that lust, greed, and anger takes you to hell. Actually, hell is not a place, it's not an abode, it's a consciousness. If we are constantly full of lust and full of greed and running on one thing after the other, we are suffering. And in that suffering is the hell that we create. We are in that consciousness or quality of hell. Whereas these qualities are not some abodes, as in not a destination that you can visit, but a state of consciousness that you can achieve through practice. First of all, through awareness, contemplation, reflection, and through practice. Everything comes through this source of first being aware of it. For that, take this book, read it, and if you want, I would love to maybe make videos about chapter by chapter. Please let me know in the comments if you would like me to do that. Then I would love to do it, as I'm finding this book extremely amazing to go with, and it's taught me amazing things, made me understand the different aspects of Buddhism in a very beautiful way, and it's very beautifully written. It's actually very easy to understand. It talks about what is suffering, what is karuna, what is metta, what is mudita, what is upekha, which is what I just explained, what is prana, what is samadhi, what is samsara, what is sangha, what is sila, what is sutta, what is vipassana. So I'll just end it with explaining what is written as an explanation of vipassana, and if you want, I can make a video on different chapters to slowly take you through this whole practice. But to end with something very beautiful, let's talk about what is vipassana. To see clearly, insight. This is a term used to describe the practice the Buddha taught in Satipatthana Sutta. Today, and sutta is a teaching or a discourse. Today, it is usually referred to as insight meditation. Secular mindfulness uses this as the basis for meditation practices, while clearly coming out of the Theravada Buddhist traditions. At times, vipassana is offered as something disconnected to any tradition, almost like a tradition unto itself. So, vipassana is actually, if you will search, you will know it's a 10-day course in most of the places. It's basically to understand, to get an insight, is to get slowly into at peace with yourself, your body, and then with your mind, to finally see beyond your body and mind, the Atma, the soul, and understand the purity of what it teaches you. And yeah, that's what is vipassana. Then there is dharma and karma. So if you would like me to start this series of this beautiful book, first of all, I would recommend you to use this knowledge of metta practice for the whole of our lives, living kindness. This book is amazing. But if you'd like to go with me on this, then please do let me know in the comments. So I'll tell you the first line of the first chapter of this book, introduction, is called, this book is about love. Not the squishy, romantic love of films and pop songs, but something more complicated and challenging. A love without limits or conditions. A love that includes our enemies and isn't driven by our desires or preferences. This is what Buddha called metta, or loving kindness. So that is loving kindness. However, this book is about living kindness. So it gives you practical tips on how to understand loving kindness, integrate it within your practice, and put it in your life. So please use your time well in learning something so beneficial for you as I am doing. Until then, thank you so much, and I hope you're enjoying this wonderful month of Shravan in doing and learning amazing things and doing some wonderful karmas. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Har Har Mahadev.